Keir Starmer quits. England pays the price of Westminster chaos. But who speaks for England? When prime ministers come and go, members need to know why England is impacted more by Westminster instability than the other nations of the UK. The resignation of Sir Keir Starmer has once again plunged Westminster into a leadership contest. Politicians are already manoeuvring for position. Commentators are debating potential successors, and the media is focused on who will become Britain's next prime minister. But for England's workers, that is not the most important question. The disproportionate cost of political turmoil on English public services? The real question is why England continues to suffer the consequences of Westminster instability, while every other nation in the United Kingdom enjoys a degree of political continuity through its own national institutions. Over the last decade, Britain has become accustomed to political turmoil. Prime ministers have come and gone with remarkable speed. David Cameron resigned, Theresa May failed to secure parliamentary support, Boris Johnson was removed by his own party. Liz Truss became the shortest-serving prime minister in British history. Rishi Sunak led the Conservatives to electoral defeat. Now Keir Starmer has stepped down. What would once have been viewed as an exceptional political crisis has become a recurring feature of British politics. For Westminster, leadership contests have become routine. For England, they come at a cost. Every time a prime minister falls, government attention shifts away from the issues that matter most to ordinary working people. Economic decisions are delayed. Infrastructure projects are placed on hold. Ministers become more concerned with leadership campaigns than long-term planning. Public services are left waiting while political parties focus on internal battles. Meanwhile, the challenges facing England continue to grow. The NHS remains under immense pressure. Local authorities struggle to balance their budgets. Housing costs continue to rise. Transport infrastructure requires investment. Economic growth remains uneven, with many communities feeling left behind. Yet every few years, England finds itself trapped in another Westminster drama. The growing devolved constitutional imbalance. The deeper problem is constitutional. Scotland has its own parliament and first minister. Wales has its own Senedd and first minister. Northern Ireland has its own assembly and devolved institutions. England has nothing comparable. England is the only nation in the United Kingdom without its own national parliament, government, or first minister. Instead, England relies entirely upon Westminster and the British Prime Minister of the day. That arrangement may have appeared workable when British governments were stable and prime ministers routinely served for many years. It is far less convincing in an age where political leaders can rise and fall within months. When a prime minister resigns, Scotland does not suddenly lose its national leadership. Wales does not lose its national leadership. Northern Ireland does not lose its national leadership. England does. The constitutional imbalance is becoming increasingly difficult to justify. England contains more than 80% of the UK's population and generates the largest share of the British economy, yet it remains the only nation within the United Kingdom without institutions dedicated exclusively to its interests. The result is that England is uniquely exposed to instability at Westminster. Every leadership challenge becomes an English issue, and every cabinet reshuffle affects England directly. Every political crisis delays decisions affecting England's public services, economy, and communities. No other nation within the United Kingdom is expected to operate under such conditions. For England's workers, this matters because political instability has real-world consequences. Businesses delay investment when governments are uncertain. Public bodies postpone decisions. Long-term projects are delayed or abandoned. Policies are announced, rewritten, and replaced before they can be properly implemented. Workers pay the price for political uncertainty. The resignation of Keir Starmer should therefore prompt a wider debate about England's place within the constitutional structure of the United Kingdom. As Britain prepares to choose another prime minister, England once again finds itself without a dedicated national voice. The instability at Westminster is no longer an occasional problem. It has become a recurring feature of British politics. The question facing England's workers is therefore simple. If every other nation of the United Kingdom has its own democratic leadership, why is England still expected to depend entirely upon whoever happens to occupy number 10? Until that question is answered, every Westminster crisis will continue to become an English